May 7th, 1 Chronicles 18, 19, 20, and 21. 1 Chronicles 18. And after this it came to be that David struck the Philistines and humbled them, and took Gath and its towns from the hand of the Philistines. And he struck the Moabites, and the Moabites became David's servants, and brought presents. And David struck Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Zobah, as far as Hamath, as he went to establish his power by the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots, and 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 foot soldiers. And David also hamstrung all the chariot horses, but left of them 100 chariots. And when Aram of Damascus came to help Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Zobah, David struck 22,000 of Aram. And David stationed men in Aram of Damascus, and the Arameans became David's servants and brought presents. And Yah saved David wherever he went. And David took the shields of gold that were on the servants of Nebuchadnezzar, and brought them to Jerusalem. And from Tibhath, and from Kun, cities of Nebuchadnezzar, David brought a large amount of bronze, with which Solomon made the bronze sea, and the columns and the vessels of bronze. And when Tou, sovereign of Hamath, heard that David had stricken all the army of Nebuchadnezzar, sovereign of Zobah, he sent Hadoram, his son, to sovereign David, to ask peace of him and bless him, because he had fought against Nebuchadnezzar and struck him, because Nebuchadnezzar had been fighting against Tohu with all kinds of objects of gold and silver and bronze. Sovereign David also set these apart to Yah, along with the silver and gold that he had brought from all these nations, from Edom, from Moab, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, and from Amalek. And Abishai, son of Zeruiah, struck between 18,000 Edomites in the Valley of Salt. And he put watchposts in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. And Yah saved David wherever he went. So David reigned over all Israel, and he was doing right ruling and righteousness to all his people. And Joab, son of Zeruiah, was over the army. And Jehoshaphat, son of Ahilud, was recorder. And Zadok, son of Ahitub, and Abimelech, son of Abiathar, were the priests. And Shasha was the scribe. And Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites. And the sons of David were chiefs at the sovereign's side. 1 Chronicles 19. And after this it came to be that Nahash, serpent, snake is what that means. Not destined for good things, if that's your name. The sovereign of the children of Ammon died, and his son reigned in his place. And David said, "Let me show loving commitment to Hanan, son of Nahash, because his father showed loving commitment to me." So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. And the servants of David came to Hanan in the land of the children of Ammon to comfort him. And the chiefs of the children of Ammon said to Hanan, "Is David esteeming your father in your eyes, because he has sent comforters to you? Have his servants not come to you to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land?" So Hanan took David's servants and shaved them, and cut off their garments in the middle at their buttocks, and sent them away. And when some went and informed David about the men, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the sovereign said, "Remain at Jericho until your beards have grown, then return." And when the children of Ammon saw that they had made themselves a stench to David, Hanan and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire chariots and horsemen from Aram Naharaim, and from Aram Maacah, and from Zobah. So they hired for themselves 32,000 chariots, with the sovereign of Maacah and his people, who came and encamped before Medeba. And the children of Ammon had gathered from their cities and came to battle. And when David heard, he sent Joab and the entire army of the mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put themselves in battle array before the gate of the city. And the sovereigns who had come were by themselves in the field. And when Joab saw that the battle had been set against him before and behind, he chose some of the choice ones of Israel and put them in battle array to meet Aram. And the rest of the people he put under the command of Abishai his brother. And they set themselves in battle array to meet the children of Ammon. And he said, "If Aram is too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the children of Ammon are too strong for you, then I shall help you. Be strong, and let us show strength of our people and for the cities of our Elohim, and let Yah do what is good in his eyes." And Joab drew near, and the people with him, to battle against Aram, and they fled before him. When the children of Ammon saw that the Arameans were fleeing, they also fled before Abishai his brother, and went into the city. And Joab came to Jerusalem. And when Aram saw that they had been smitten before Israel, they sent messengers and brought the Arameans who were beyond the river. And Shophak, the commander of Nebuchadnezzar's army, went before them. And it was reported to David, and he gathered all Israel, and passed over the Jordan, and came upon them, and set up in battle array against them. And David set up in battle array against Aram, and they fought with him. And Aram fled before Israel, and David killed 7,000 charioteers, and 40,000 foot soldiers of the Arameans, and smote Shophak, the commander of the army. And the servants of Nebuchadnezzar saw that they were smitten by Israel, and they made peace with David, and became his servants. Sorry. And the Arameans would not help the children of Ammon anymore. First Chronicles 20. And it came to be at the turn of the year, at the time sovereigns go out to battle, that Joab led out the power of the army and destroyed the land of the children of Ammon, and came and besieged Reba. But David remained at Jerusalem. And Joab struck Reba and overthrew it. And David took the sovereign's crown from his head, and found it weighed a talent of gold, and there were precious stones in it. And it was set on David's head. And he also brought out the spoil of the city, a very great amount. And he brought out the people who were in it, and put them to work with saws, and with iron, picks, and with axes. Thus David did to all the cities of the children of Ammon. Then David and all the people returned to Jerusalem. And afterward it came to be that fighting broke out at Gezer with the Philistines. Then Shebekai, the Hushathite, struck Sippai of the sons of the giant, and they were humbled. And there was fighting again with the Philistines. And Elhanan, son of Yair, struck Lami, the brother of Goliath the Gittite, the shaft of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And there was fighting again at Gath, where there was a man of great size, with 24 fingers and toes, 6 and 6. And he too was born to the giant. And he reproached Israel, and Jonathan, son of Shmeah, David's brother, struck him. These were born to the city in Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. First Chronicles 21. And Satan stood up against Israel, and moved David to number Israel. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, Go number Israel from Beersheba to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, so that I know it. And Joab answered, Yah does add to his people 100 times more than they are. But my master the sovereign, are they not all my master's servants? Why does my master seek to do this? Why should he be a cause of guilt in Israel? But the sovereign's word was strong against Joab, and Joab left and went throughout all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave the sum of the money of the people to David, and all Israel had 1,100,000 men who drew the sword, and Judah had 470,000 men who drew the sword. But he did not number Levi and Benjamin among them, for the sovereign's word was lonesome to Joab. And it was evil in the eyes of Elohim concerning this matter, and he struck Israel. Then David said to Elohim, I have sinned greatly because I have done this matter. But now I pray, take away the crookedness of your servant, for I have done very foolishly. And Yah said to Gad, David's seer, saying, Go, and you shall speak to David, saying, Thus said Yah, I hold 3 options before you. Choose one of them for yourself, and I do it to you. So Gad came to David and said, Thus says Yah, choose for yourself either 3 years of scarcity of food, or 3 new wounds to be defeated by your foes with the sword of your enemy overtaking you, or else for 3 days the sword of Yah, even the plague in the land, with the messenger of Yah, destroying throughout all the borders of Israel. And now consider what answer I am to return to him who sent me. And David said to Gad, I am in great trouble. Please let me fall into the hand of Yah, for his compassion is very great, but do not let me fall into the hand of man. And Yah sent a plague upon Israel, and 70,000 men of Israel fell. And Elohim sent a messenger to Jerusalem to destroy it. And as he was destroying it, Yah saw and relented about the evil, and said to the messenger who was destroying, Enough, now stop your hand. And the messenger of Yah was standing by the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. And David lifted his eyes and saw the messenger of Yah standing between earth and the heavens, having in his hand a drawn sword stretched out over Jerusalem. And David and the elders, wrapped in sackcloth, fell on their faces. And David said to Elohim, Was it not I who commanded the people to be numbered? I am the one who has sinned and done evil indeed. But these, the sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray, O Elohim, be against me and my father's house, but not against your people to be plagued. And the messenger of Yah commanded Gad to say to David that David should go up to raise a slaughter place to Yah on the threshing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. So David went up at the word of God. Gad. Sorry again. Which he had spoken in the name of Yah. And Ornan turned and saw the messenger, and his 4 sons with him hid themselves, and Ornan was threshing wheat. And David came to Ornan, and Ornan looked and saw David, and he went out from the threshing floor, and bowed down to David with his face to the ground. And David said to Ornan, "Give me the site of the threshing floor, so that I build a slaughter place to Yah on it. Give it to me at the complete price, so that the plague is restrained from the people." And Ornan said to David, "Take it for yourself, and let my master, the sovereign, do what is good in his eyes. See, I shall give you the cattle for ascending offerings, the threshing implements for wood, and the wheat for the grain offering. I give it all." And sovereign David said to Ornan, "No, but I shall certainly buy it at the complete price, for I do not take what is yours for Yah, nor offer an ascending offering without cost." And David gave Ornan 600 shekels of gold by weight for the place. And David built there a slaughter place to Yah, and offered ascending offerings and peace offerings, and called on Yah. And he answered him from the heavens by fire on the slaughter place of the ascending offering. Then Yah commanded the officer, and he returned his sword to its sheath. At that time, when David saw that Yah had answered him on the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite, he slaughtered there. For the dwelling place of Yah and the slaughter place of the ascending offering, which Moshe had made in the wilderness, were at that time at the high place in Gibeon. But David was unable to go before it to inquire of Elohim, for he was afraid of the sword of the messenger of Yah.